Okay, so this is super cool, and obviously I'll be talking a lot more about this. But Manhattan is gonna be behind me. I don't know why I'm showing you the phone. I'll put it here somewhere so you can see it. All right, Manhattan may have a new it condo. This article, this is from Cranes, and they're just talking about the new big shiny sexy condo that's going up on West 66th on the Upper West Side by Extell Development. It is a new, how many stories? 70-story building, 127 unit high rise, all condos between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. Slated to open, actually it already opened earlier this year, so deal. It's been having its VIP parties. I wasn't invited. So I can't wait to go see it. I'm gonna go see it. I'm looking forward to this. So reason why I even spotlighting this is because I love obviously I love condos. Condos are my thing. Curvin knows condos, and Curvin loves condos. But here's the deal. Extell, all right, you got a few heavy hitters, and this one we're going to talk about. So Extell Development was created and founded by a guy named Gary Barnett. I will do a whole big thing about it so I can tell you, because I tend to just nerd out on it. But Gary Barnett has a pretty interesting story for how he did what he did. His background and backstory is really, really cool and interesting. It involves multi-international finance and family and marriage and all this stuff. And the dude, I think he has like 30 or 40 kids. No, I'm exaggerating, but he's got a lot of kids. But the cool thing about this guy and his company is, first off, they do like the big development. So when we talk about Billionaire Row, 57th Avenue, Extell and Gary Barnett is the reason. They are the initiator. They are the instigator of Billionaires Row. When actually at the time, when was that? I want to say it was like in that GFC, the 2007 to 2011 debacle, financial debacle. That's when they were getting started. Like he had already done a lot of the actual accumulation of the adjacent properties and getting the air rights. He had already done that, and he moved forward, developing the tallest, most luxurious, just what New York has never had. And he did that right there on 57th, which it was basically by itself at the time, and everyone was against it. People were not against it. It's like, oh, I don't like that. I don't want you to do that. They were against it as in, that ain't gonna work, dude. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And Gary was like, okay. Did it, sold out. I think the sellout of that, I'd have to check my numbers, but I think that total sellout was like top like 1.5 billion or maybe 1.1 billion. I don't remember the pricing at the time, pricing per square foot, but it hit numbers and did numbers that no building had ever done in the city. Yes. Only thing, I'm thinking of another one, and I'm going to mention that one right now. And it was actually mentioned in this article. So, Extell Development, when they drop a building, when they're doing things, to me, it's as exciting as it is for people who are sneaker heads, or people who are, restaurant heads, or people who are fashion heads, or people who are art heads, people who get nerdy about shit. So when Extell is like obviously they launched a project and it's years out, but when you can actually go see it and when it's being talked about and when you see who's actually buying and moving in, it's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking exciting. So I talked about this property on this project on 66. I just mentioned already 157, which is the one that really got started Billionaires Row. Another one, which is not Extell, but I just want to talk about these. So you got Extell is a massive heavy hitter. Man, another big heavy hitter in Manhattan is actually the Zeckendorf development, the Zeckendorf brothers, who actually, so Zeckendorf is a development arm. They actually own a brokerage too, Brown Harris Stevens, which has just a deep legacy in the city, and the Zeckendorfs of all the legacy families in New York, they have one of the coolest legacies. Their grandfather, Wild Bill Zeckendorf, is responsible for the UN being in New York City. He's responsible for some of the most incredible developments that New York City has ever had, and as well as some major cities. He's some of the most prime buildings that you could think of in Montreal or in Denver. Their grandfather, Wild Bill Zeckendorf, was the creator and the builder of it. So they are heavy hitters, and they've built some of the most beautiful buildings. I bring them up to bring up still probably my favorite, or one of my top 3 to 5 favorite condos in the city is 15 Central Park West. So God bless and must respect and rest well to Robert A.M. Stern, who just passed away in this previous week. He is one of the principals at Robert A.M. Stern, or R.M. Stern Ramsa Architects. They are, you've seen it when you see this, that how do you describe it? That limestone, that like old, like majestic, be here forever cladding on these condos and these buildings in Manhattan. Usually it was Ramsa, R.M. Stern, who was the architect behind that. And so 15 Central Park West is like, it is one of the ones where it's like, holy shit. And at the time, so Zeckendorf developed it. Ramsa was the architect behind it. And then there's the people who owned it. I'll tell you what, you know what? Let's do this. We're doing this. I have carried this around with me since 2006, 2007. I may be able to show it. I don't know. You won't really be able to see it. But this is 15 Central Park West. This is how this was. You see how ratty this folded up sheet. I ripped it out of a magazine, out of I think it was Forbes. I think this was a Forbes. No, it was a Fortune magazine from December 10th, 2007. I've carried this around with me. You can kind of see the little folds in it. I carried this around with me in my wallet for decades, until finally I was like, I pulled it out, look at it all the time. And finally I said, you know what, let me get this laminated because I'm going to keep it. But I said, one day, absolutely one day. And at the time, just the people who were buying there, Daniel Loeb, I think he still owns there, Sandy Wheel, Lloyd Blankfein, who I actually got to meet once. I got to meet him on my birthday. He'll never remember this. It was just a little innocuous little meeting, but it was my birthday, and I owned some shares of Goldman Sachs at the time, and I was at Jersey City, and they just happened to have their shareholder meeting at the Jersey City office, and so I was like, I ain't doing shit. Birthday, let me go. I went there, and when the meeting was lit out, I was leaving. I didn't notice, but like this really like small speed walking group was like coming up on my left, and I turned and I saw it was Lloyd, and I don't remember what I said to him. It was something innocuous, like, hey, good day. He was like, hey, he acknowledged it. He was like, hey, yeah, and he ran, and, he went about his business. But these are all heavy hitters. Tom Brady and his wife and family lived in this building for a long time. Denzel Washington and his family lived in this building for a long time. Just so many great people. So as I said, I still keep this with me. I really love these buildings. This video has been going on for a really long time, but this is just the start. As you see, this is my thing. If this is your thing too, or you find it even mildly interesting, tune in and let's keep going. All right, later.